This is Jonas for IFLTV. We are here in Liverpool. We've just seen Natasha Jonas become a unified champion in 2 weight divisions. Ben, very, very entertaining show from top to finish.
It was, starting with Mikey Talon and Frankie Stringer in front of their home crowd, performed really well. Vidal Riley then came out, gave a lot of weight away, gets back in the ring, was great to see, announced the Isaac Chamberlain fight after a devastating knockout. So perfect. Mark Jeffers, so hard to match. Most unavoided super middleweight, I promise you. For me, world level. Honestly, world level. But we've got to get him the fights now. We've got to get him the big fight soon. But he did the business. McKenna Cutler was obviously the fight of the night. Ridiculous fight. I can't tell you how pleased I am. You know, Stevie McKenna gave us everything. Got off the canvas twice. Felt like he was ahead after 6 or 7 rounds, but how pleased I am for Lee Cutler and Josh Pritchard, just because they've had it tough. He's had a really tough year. Cruel boxing. First round got knocked out against Brad Ray, and it was cruel, and it was a long way back. And he had to go on the road and won 2 fights on our shows, decent fights, and then just thought, you know, I'm jumping in the deep end because the opportunities weren't coming. And no one wanted to fight Stephen McKenna. No one. And he was like, I was surprised that they were like, you know what, we're going to jump in. And to give a performance like that and to have to go through the pain and the punishment, and they took shots and he had to come back, had to dig deep, and you could see his confidence growing as the fight went on, because that's one thing that when you've taken a defeat and you're not getting the opportunities as a fighter, your confidence isn't there. He's a great fighter. His confidence came on. As I say, Stevie will be back. He gives entertainment every time. He needs to work on things because it can be one-dimensional at times. But he gives us entertainment. And delighted for Lee Cutler. The 2 girls, Lauren Price, scary, phenomenal. Becoming a real professional now with power in both hands. And I think, it doesn't matter the levels. To be clinical enough to finish someone like that is impressive, and that's what we need in women's boxing. So many times we talk about it's not explosive enough, we're not seeing the knockouts and things like that, even though it's so entertaining and has been so successful. We're now seeing Lauren Price coming through looking like an absolute beast in the welterweight division. Unbelievable.
Where and when will the fight be between Natasha Jonas and Lauren Price?
It will be very soon. It will be next. I didn't get to Natasha Jonas there, but she was unbelievable. Always think that it might drop off her performance, and it doesn't. And it was great to be back in Liverpool. She's a true British boxing legend, if I'm honest.
Okay, have you seen my video that I done in Hamburg with Napa and Eddie Hearn?
I didn't see my video in Hamburg.
You know why?
What happened?
There was technical difficulties, and I have apologised to you for that. And it was a good interview. Found out that your dad's Jamaican.
Yeah, exactly. He grew up in Jamaica,
Pay-per-view stuff that the people missed out on.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Did you see Napa and Eddie's little back and forth?
Maybe 10 seconds of it. Someone sent me a clip, but I don't know what was said. They were just talking about the splits.
Yeah.
It seems like a load of nonsense from what I saw, but I don't know.
Is it non-negotiable? 55-45.
Are you surprised? What do you... we had this conversation in Hamburg. What do you think? Because what do you think the split should be?
I'm not... My job isn't to answer questions. My job's to ask questions.
But go on, just to answer that question.
I'm not answering that question, no. Why? Because nobody wants to hear my opinion. They want to hear the promoter's opinion. Okay, then I'll tell you my opinion when this camera's off.
I've said, I don't know how many times I can say again. We've done our job. I've seen the reaction. I've seen people that don't want to agree with me on this one. You know, it's the biggest fight. It's the fight that the fans want to see. It's the fight that stops the sporting world, never mind the boxing world. And we've managed to get Chris to take a split that most people would see as not fair on him. So how can we do anything more than that? Let's see what happens. Chris has made a lot of money. He's been in a lot of pay-per-view fights. There's an opportunity to fight for a world title as well. Let's see what happens. I think we'll know in the next week or so.
Last one. You said on TalkSport it's a Christmas present to Conor Benn, that percentage. Yeah, you agree? You back that up?
I don't mean to.
That's tongue in cheek. I know that's tongue in cheek.
It's tongue in cheek, but I do think he's. As I say, I do think he's accepting or has agreed to a split that most people would feel like was unfair on Chris, and that is a very generous, festive place to be, and I'm proud of him because he's, that is I didn't expect that, and that's why it's almost at the point where forget the jokes. They need to, if they want the fight, they need to be sensible. Maybe they don't. There's world titles there for Chris as well. As a promoter, of course, I know how big it will be. Like it's enormous. I remember Carl Brook, and I was 26, 27, and I with Amir and Kel, I've grown up fans, and I remember people saying, "Look at Ben, he looks like he's won a competition." In the middle, and I felt at that time like I was dreaming. It took 8 months to make that fight. I made it with two of my heroes, with Amir and Kel, and it was massive. And it was. You go back to that night. Anyone that was there that night, it was a special place to be. EUBANK Ben has the potentially to exceed that because of the cross-generational power of those names, and the fact that I can go and speak to my dad, who isn't watching boxing as much as he used to, but he remembers those EUBANK Ben nights, and that's historic. But it's not about me. That's my opinion. At the end of the day, it'll be down to the fighters what they decide.